Okay, I have a few pieces today I'd like to talk to you about. For many, many years, I worked with a marketing consultant, Dick Gorlick, and unfortunately he passed away a few years ago, but Dick was with me through the whole growth of our companies, and he harped on me about differentiation. Everything had to be differentiated. Everything that we do in print, everything we do in our environment, the way that we answer phones, everything. So that translates to our printed pieces. When you have a piece on the table or in a pile of mail, it's vying for the competition of being looked at and picked up. So I have a few pieces here today I wanted to talk about. This one first that I'm looking at has foil stamping on the top of the piece, on the bottom, and when that's laying with other material on a table, it begs to be picked up and looked at. So just some simple foil stamping really sets that apart. Beautiful design and imagery as well. Lagos in Philadelphia does a beautiful presentation of their pieces. This has gloss film lamination, foil stamping, and again, this is a direct mail piece. So when it arrives and it's with other brochures, other mail on your table, you want to pick it up and look at it, and you also get increased touches with the piece. Pick it up once, maybe twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. You really want that. That helps to push forward the return on your print spend. This is a piece I really like. This is a book. It's very ethereal, kind of a spiritual tone to it. And I wanted to get a title that disappeared. Now, this is Raised Spot UV. And when you look at it in the light, you don't even have to play with it much. That title really pops off. But if you angle it a little bit, it disappears. It comes and goes. Really fits with the tone of the book. But again, the point of talking about it today is when you see it, you go, what's that? And you pick it up and you want to hold it, you want to touch it. I think that's one of the ultimate things that you've really achieved your work, is when you want to physically touch a printed piece. So I just love this. Here's something really special. This is in production right now. It's a community report for Power Home. Check out this cover. So they have this really nice silhouetted cutting. It's much too sophisticated for a steel ruled die. So this is cut in our digital department with a Zund cutter. It's basically a CNC machine. But look at that piece. It has dimension. It has just such interest. Not only do you want to pick this up and look at it, you want to keep this. And isn't that the ultimate goal? This is something that's not done very much. This is printing on fabric. Fabric prints surprisingly well. Now, of course, this fabric is treated and made for offset printing, but it has an uber soft feel to it. And I don't know that a camera is really going to do it justice. You can't really see the weave of the fabric very much, but it has a very tactile quality as well as a beautiful visual quality. And you don't have to reserve this just for books. I mean, this can be on a brochure. You can use this, just let your imagination run wild. Now, fabric isn't cheap, but if the project and the purpose of the project merits it, it's a nice option to have in your quiver and something that maybe other people aren't going to think about. Here's another foil stamping piece, but this is pigment foil. And pigment foil just gets a depth that even if I were to hit this 2 or 3 times with the same color of ink, it wouldn't get the depth of this. Plus, on foil stamping, especially on an uncoated stock, you get that depression, that almost letterpress feel of the dye going into the paper. I have to mention the binding on this too. Now, this is a fine art book, and you don't have to reserve that kind of binding for a fine art book. You can use it on a brochure. Think about how you can separate yourself from other people. This binding is a really neat process, and we did it all in-house. Hats off, by the way, to our operations manager, Brian Glazier, who got a book on this and decided he was going to do it himself. And again, we did it all in-house. So it's a very nice book. I have to mention too, this book has all interleaves, and this is Hiromi washi paper. I've looked for a reason to use this paper for many, many years and finally found it. It has a really neat effect inside. Again, use it on anything. It doesn't have to be fine art. Here's a fun piece. This photographer and I really fought over putting this in orange. I did not want to do it. I wanted to leave this reversed white. It's got a really cool cover. It's an inviting book. It's a fun book. It's got gloss film on it to make it really pop. He was right. This little bit of color just changes the feel of that book, and it makes you want to look again. I think he really hit a home run and did the right thing by insisting that we put that little splash of color in an otherwise all black and white project. Lastly, I want to show you something really fun. This is not only got a unique cover, we have raised spot UV here on top of a gradated printed screen. It has real nice standoff. It's on a surface with matte film lamination to really increase the contrast. This book, very small edition, relatively small page count, is also lay flat bound. Now, true lay flat binding, which is not really understood, is only for small editions. You can't really use it on a large project, and the page count has to be low because you have to print it on cover stock, and if the page count's too high, beyond 32, 48 pages at the most, the nail head that's created by the fold is much too great. You can see a little bit here. But there we have differentiation, not only in the cover, but just like the piece for Henry Tran here with the Japanese binding, you also have differentiation in your binding. That's just some thoughts for today. We want to differentiate that work, make your project stand out so that your message is picked up, that it's repeatedly looked at, and hopefully even kept around for a long time. Thanks for listening. Until next time.